What y'all thought about Rose getting jumped in Vancouver?
That was wild.
Yeah, that was wild. I don't know why he played the song, though. I don't know why you playing this song.
So I was thinking about this.
Can you explain what happened?
Yeah. So Rick Ross went to Vancouver and he was doing, I guess, a show out there. There was like a festival or something that he was a part of. And then he played,
Not Like Us.
Not Like Us. And, some beef ensues. I guess he gets off the stage or whatever. They're backstage. Some people are tussling and he gets swung on. And then all of his bodyguards get beat the shit out of it. And he gets moved to another section. And then
his DJ got beat up.
His DJ got fucked up. But here's the question. Okay. Rick Ross. The immediate question is, why would he play Not Like Us, right?
Yeah.
I had that same question. He can't not. If he doesn't play it, he's pussy. After talking all this shit about Drake, he got a bare minimum play his diss on Drake. Mm-hmm. And if he really is the guy he says he is, he got to play the song that you shouldn't play.
Because he still performs his songs with Drake.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, those are some of his biggest songs.
I imagine they're his biggest, yeah.
So he has the same set everywhere he goes. Those are still included. So you don't want to get called out by Drake. Be like, you still using me for sales. So now I got to have a little balance.
That's a good point.
That's why.
Do you think it's really a story if he doesn't play Not Like Us? Like, how many people really notice? How big does that story really get?
I don't think it's a story, and I think you're right about that. But I think his Drake, mentality is, I'm going to bully him. I'm going to call him white boy. Yeah. I'm going to say he's corny. I'm going to go into his hood, and then I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And I think he wanted the clip of him playing Not Like Us in Canada, and nothing happened.
Of course.
And something happened.
But doesn't it look bad for him?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it actually looks really bad.
His crew got fucked up.
I mean, his crew got destroyed, demolished. Like, he got escorted out, like, just barely. Yeah. Like, he was hiding behind barricades. This is like, I'm Ricky Rose, I'm tough. You're a little bitch. You're a pussy. You're white. Like, he's really talking shit to Drake, and it's not even in Toronto. Yeah. It's in Vancouver.
That's what's really
He got snuffed by a white dude.
I know.
All that white boy talk, you get snuffed by the white dude.
I know. That's wild.
So,
it was tiny kids I was fucking them up, too.
So, I do think it's not a good life. 50 Cent's already on it. 50's already dropping
50
shit. Like,
50 loves
he's immediate. He's there. It's incredible. So I do not think it's the best look.
Yeah, and Drake's whole weapon this whole time has been humor.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't been
Rick Ross
toughness.
or Drake?
Rick.
Oh,
Sorry, I said Drake.
Yeah.
Rick Ross's like weapon of choice this whole time with Drake in his feud has been humor.
And it's effective.
Just being funny.
Yeah.
This tough shit, you don't need to do it. Yeah. Also, these guys are huge. You assume that they could fight. We don't know that. Get UFC fighting ass bodyguards. Like, these guys.
There was one guy there that was so fucking big, dude. It was unbelievable. He was a mountain. That
dude
guy
got fucked up.
The black guy that got absolutely demolished.
He got folded.
I was wondering. I didn't understand what was happening at first. I was like, "Where's security?" And then I read a comment. I was like, "Oh, that's the security." I was like, "That's not good."
They're usually supposed to just be a deterrent. You see a giant man, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But they're big for a reason. Sometimes they gas out quick. Hit them one time in the gut and might go down.
The other thing you got to consider is Canada. This whole beef has been basically getting called pussy this whole time. They're going to take that away. Even if they are pussy to us, they're going to try to prove to you, we're not pussy. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. They're down bad. Their Lord and Savior is like looking funny.
Apparently, he don't get love in Toronto like he used to at all. But you're just going to keep calling us pussy. We've been made a joke of this whole time. Fuck that. Well, even if we don't fuck with him, we're going to... It's like my family. If I'm beefing with my family and you say something about him, well, now let's go. And if you start calling our family pussy, it's on.
Gotcha.
So what do you think happened, though? Do you think Drake was like, oh, Ross is going to be in Canada, we got to send some people to go make sure he acts right? Or do you think people were just there and they were like, nah.
I think the latter. I think Drake would send goons, but I don't think those are Drake goons.
I'm more towards the first one.
Really?
Yeah. What?
Of course.
You coming to my city?
It don't need to come from Drake even.
I know.
Like, I don't think he ever said it. What I think is that the message is out. Like, I think if Rick Ross goes there and he just plays his songs and then leaves and he's not disrespectful, probably nothing happens. Maybe he gets checked a little. Keep in mind, when Pusha T was in Toronto, what happened?
They booed him, I think. That's it.
They threw the water at the stage.
Yep. Okay.
And I think he got like almost attacked on stage. Rick Ross had to know this was coming. There's no question. Like, this is how it goes down. You have to look at Canada like a state. It's not a country. It's a state.
Yeah.
And if you come to that state and you fuck with the governor, you get touched.
Yeah. I think everyone involved in that beef that was against Drake, they'll have problems whenever they go to Canada.
I'm really curious to see what happens when Weeknd goes to Canada.
But why?
I don't know if anything happened to
It's
Weekend.
the biggest pop artist in the world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But he's intimately involved in this beef with Drake. I'm sure he got people that are supporting him in Toronto. And I'm sure that there's people that are supporting Drake. And by people, I mean goons on both sides.
Yeah.
They're going to clash.
I think it's neutral. I feel like it cancels out, is my guess.
Nope.
You don't think so?
There's too much to gain. Like, if you're a goon.
This ain't math, bro.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's Hamilton. Like, you know, Hamilton in the play, I'm going to get my shot. He wants the war because that gives him an opportunity to rise up.
Yeah.
The goons are looking at this like, this is my opportunity to rise up. It's my opportunity to shine.
Yeah. I don't think Kendrick goes to Canada. I think he's just like, I'm not.
I don't even think Kendrick. I'm saying the Canadians.
Yeah.
There's Canadians that's going back.
Yeah.
You got to see your family.
The Weeknd was at the show in LA, right? I don't think he went on, obviously didn't go on stage, but I believe he was there.
Here's what I'm like. Drake liking the post and all that. It's like, dude, you're just making this.
Like in which post?
He
Just so they
liked,
know.
apparently Drake liked the post of Rick Ross getting beaten up on somebody's page. He liked that post.
That's fire.
But no. I don't, the move of it, sure, that's funny. Do that. But also, like, you're just escalating things. We saw this play out in 96, 97. People died. Escalating it, adding fuel to it, making it seem like you co-signed it. I don't think that's a good move because you got to go. And I don't know if Ross is super connected in Miami, but you got to go to Miami. Miami looks pussy. You got to go all over California. California is riding for the West super hard. I would just at least act like you, even if you don't like shit, don't be public about it. Just fall back and be like, hey, man, that's just Canada riding. I can control that.
You got a point, bro.
You're throwing fuel on a thing that I don't know you want to throw. And I know Drake rolls heavy with security, and they could probably fight better than Ross's security. But why make it harder? Why make it harder?
Egos, bro.
So the egos are crazy.
Egos,
but I will, you bring up an interesting point, which is like the financial repercussions of this. Let's say, for example, I don't think any of them would adhere to this because, Drake went and did the show in Philly immediately after the Meek Mill beef. So, like, I don't think it's going to stop any of them. And I think that there is, like, a false sense of security when you do roll around with that much security.
You don't think it stops him in the Bay if he goes?
No.
So
you got enough money, you can hire the right people. Because then you get cops. Once you have undercover cops, you're good. Like,
because nobody wants to fuck with the cops because if you fuck up a cop, then you're going to life.
And they're the most expensive security.
So I think that, again, you will have that kind of confidence that you can operate, whatever. But to what you were saying, beefing with a certain person that restricts your ability to go tour in that area ends up becoming very expensive. You know what I mean? Like let's say us as stand-ups, like let's say we are beefing with some place and we now can't tour all of Florida, all of Canada. Like you could actually calculate how much money you're going to lose because of that beef.
Yeah. And Cali is one of the wealthier states in terms of amount of spending power.
You don't think, I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah,
like
the largest economy in the world.
California by itself, as Miles just said, is the fifth largest economy in the world. Meaning, if you're Drake, you could go and do an arena in San Diego, an arena in Orange County, an arena in LA, an arena in
San Francisco,
Sacramento, and inland shit is what, like, you could. He won't cut all that off. He'll get the right security, but it is expensive.
That's going to cost him.
And that security is not cheap.
And you got houses out there, like,
you're not hanging.
You can't even go home.
And this was, I honestly look
for what
I loved Kendrick's all the moves in the beef, but the one thing I was a little worried about was when he said that you think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac thing. I was like, this is really asking people to.
That was
I was like, this could go very far left if people don't know. Hey, this is all entertainment.
Yeah,
there's always idiots out there.
Yeah. That's some Taylor Swift shit. That was the one thing about it I didn't like.
I didn't love that line, and I've supported pretty much every movie made, but that line I didn't love.
I remember Taylor did that shit to Scooter.
To Scooter,
and like
let them know how you feel.
Yeah,
let Scooter
Braun know how you feel. And you're invoking your audience to go act on your behalf.
Yes.
Now, some of your audience, if you have millions of followers, are going to be mentally retarded.
Yes.
But they love you so much, they'll do anything for your support.
Yeah. They're retarded for you.
For you.
Yeah.
You're their king. You know what I mean? Like, so
But in a rap beef, why did you guys not like the line?
Because I think it's inciting. Because I think we love the beef as long as it's not violent. Nas and Jay-Z was the best because it didn't get violent as far as we knew. Pac and Big, we look at like, fuck, man, people died over that. That was so stupid.
Yeah. He also doesn't say you're not going to come to the Bay. He says it's going to be your last stop.
Yeah. You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac?
And you're basically saying, yo, the Bay, you're pussy if you if you let him disrespect Pac.
Yeah.
He's basically saying if you don't do something.
I didn't.
But then he's also calling Drake pussy if he doesn't go to the Bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oof.
So it's like,
And I'm a fan, dude. I love but that
Freaky
fucking line, I
ass.
kept thinking in the back of my mind. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
you were a fan.
I'm a 69 god, dude. I should make that my bully handle. But fuck, man. What do you, that line? I was like, that could escalate things, and it seems like this might. I fear this is the domino that starts to escalate. And that's why I'm like, Drake, why are you liking this? This is only going to go up from here.
Ceasefire now is what we need.
Ceasefire now, dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody die behind me.
That would be a good song. Drake dropped that song. Collab, Ceasefire now. That's what we need.
Drake need a banger, bro. I haven't heard this Camilla one that much.
It's not outside at all.
Yeah, he dropped a couple so far, and neither one really.
I told you he should just be quiet for a while.
But
man.
I heard
Just chill
this
out for a
theory.
while.
I don't know if this is true, but apparently it's possible that he might be contractually obligated to be a part of certain projects as a part of his deal. And he has to continue to put out these tracks that are scheduled for the summer. They got scheduled 6 months ago. And so now he's like, I should lay low, but I've already committed to this thing with Camilla, and so it has to go out. I've already committed to this thing, it has to go out.
That is true.
And that would be...
Because they made this track a minute ago, before this beef even started.
Yeah. And maybe it got held off 2 months because it's like, oh, it's really hot right now.
And that is what happens when you're the biggest artist in the world. Is that you're not going to just make a song on a whim based on how you feel. No. Things are scheduled throughout the year. Your time is so non-existent that they need to schedule these things like that. Got you.
So now you're losing money to delay or to break contract. I don't even know if you can break contract, but you're losing money. And it's like, how long do you wait for? It's
also imagine what those artists were thinking during this beef. Because before the beef, they're like, I got a song with Drake that's going to come out this summer. I'm going to be the biggest artist in the world. That's and funny. Then whap, 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 whap.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Your career.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that was part of that was a thing in the beef where Rick Ross was mad at Drake because Drake apparently didn't allow French to put out a song that he was on. And that was one of those things.
Put out a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Sent him a cease and desist.
And so Drake was
he's fucking up the bread.
Exactly.
And now
Rick
is upset. Because, I figured that as well, where like, Rick don't really give a fuck. Like, if the money's right, Rick don't care.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. That's one of the ones I really want to know his reasoning for his beef with Drake. Because it can't be the French shit. Like, it got to be something.
Well, he represented Meek Mill. Meek Mill was his client. He manages Meek.
But he didn't play any sides during the beef.
Exactly. He didn't stick up for Meek.
Yeah. Nobody stuck up. And this is honestly what Rick Ross should have done, which is what he did, I think, the day after he dropped the Drake diss, is he performed the songs he did with Drake, I think, at like a high school prom or some shit, and just leaned into the humor. Yeah. If he went to Canada and just leaned into the humor and did all the songs with Drake and then made a joke about it.
Yeah.
Well, Al was saying he still does the songs.
Yeah, so just make the joke of it. Put that clip out.
Got it.
Hey, Drake, I still need these. He's one-off humor this whole time.
You can't.
I know the ego gets there, but bro, I would have loved it.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. This, I'm legit concerned about where this goes. I might just be 40.
No. No, you're actually speaking facts.
Yo,